A strange glow ripple across the skies of Sanctus Luminara, a shrine world where billions prayed beneath towering basilicas and golden spires. For 9 days, impossible auroras danced across the heavens, shimmering with colors no human eye should ever witness. Citizens whispered omens. Priests declared warnings. Astropaths screamed of a distortion in the Imperium unlike anything ever recorded. Something was coming. Something that did not belong here. Inside the Grand Cathedral of St. Decilla, Sister Superior Marcella knelt before a blood-stained altar, incense swirling through the gigantic chamber. Her armor was battered from decades of holy war. Canoness Seraphine Lyra approached, one human eye hardened by age, the other a ruby augmetic humming with data. Both women could feel it, the wrongness in the sky. A breach, a crossing. Not demon. Not Xenos. Something else. Before their prayers could finish, the cathedral shook. Windows depicting saints vibrated with a sound like distant screaming. Outside, reality tore open. A wound split the sky. From its heart emerged a radiant figure riding a shimmering silver board. His entire form reflected the dying sunlight like living metal. The Silver Surfer had fallen into a universe that felt fundamentally hostile to his cosmic senses. The warp pressed against him like a diseased ocean. Billions cried out in psychic anguish from below. And somewhere, farther out, a hunger moved between the stars. "This universe trembles on the edge of annihilation," he murmured as he descended. His arrival sent shockwaves of fear and religious awe through the capital hive. Luminous fidelity. Inquisitor Thaddeus Craven, armored in ornate black plate engraved with symbols of authority, watched the glowing silhouette streak downward. His retinue, an emotionless psyker, an agitated tech priest, and veteran Tempestus Science, stood ready. "Xenos?" Craven growled. "Not precisely," the tech priest whispered, scanners sputtering. "Its structure violates known atomic law. Neither matter nor energy." Esme the psyker trembled. "I cannot perceive it. My sight slides away. It is foreign to the warp." Craven wasted no time. He ordered the Sisters of Battle to secure the landing site. Lethal force approved. The Surfer descended slowly, aware of weapons locking on, aware of panic and worship rising from below. Thousands gathered in the Grand Plaza, some falling to their knees, others screaming. When he spoke, his voice carried across the entire city, translated effortlessly into their language. "I come in peace. I am a traveler from beyond your universe." Canoness Lyra stepped forward with absolute conviction. "Alien entity. By decree of the God Emperor, surrender yourself for examination. Comply or be destroyed." "I seek no harm," the Surfer answered gently, drifting lower. "Perhaps we may help one another." Lyra sensed the hesitation among her sisters and moved to act. The moment the order formed in her mind, the Surfer raised an invisible shield. When she shouted, "Open fire!" 24 bolter shells streaked toward him and froze in place, suspended in midair. Harmless. Gasps filled the plaza. "I did not come here to fight," he said, dissolving the shells into metallic dust. But then he felt it. A shadow moving toward the system. Something vast. Something ravenous. "Tyranids," he said calmly. His warning was confirmed moments later by astropathic relay. A splinter fleet. 20 hours until impact. Lyra resisted, but Craven overruled her. They would accept the aliens' help, for now. The Surfer joined Imperial Command, studying hololithic projections of the incoming swarm. He immediately identified weaknesses in orbital defense patterns, flaws born of rigid protocols that never accounted for an enemy with a singular hive mind. The Imperials reluctantly obeyed his corrections. When the Tyranids entered the system, alarms blared across ships and platforms. Bioships surged forward, releasing clouds of spore creatures. The Surfer soared through the void, enhancing each defense station with a power cosmic, reinforcing their weapons to pierce synaptic shielding. Imperial crews watched in awe as their ancient batteries suddenly unleashed unprecedented destruction. But the Surfer sensed something worse. The true hive ship was approaching from the southern pole, masked by stellar radiation. When it appeared, its psychic pressure washed over the system like a tidal wave. He intercepted alone. Living missiles and acid creatures launched at him in swarms. He deflected them gracefully, analyzing their adaptations, understanding how each failed attempt evolved into another. The hive mind was learning him. And at the ship's core he felt something tied to the warp, psychic organs feeding on the chaos dimension. Enough. He formed a sphere of cosmic light and drove it deep into the hive ship's core. The psychic scream that followed rippled across the warp. Imperial statues wept blood. Servitors babbled nonsense. Sacred relics glowed ominously. The warp barrier weakened. The hive ship convulsed. It ruptured. And with its death came a catastrophic tearing in reality. A warp breach opened. A vortex of impossible geometry bled into real space, turning the void into a nightmare of shifting colors and predatory shapes. "You've opened a gateway," Lyra gasped. "Not I," the Surfer replied. "But I can seal it." He plunged into the breach. Within the warp, impossibilities howled around him, demonic entities drawn to the alien light he carried. A Lord of Change descended, offering temptation and partnership. The Surfer ignored every whisper, repelling its sorcery and weaving reality strand by strand until the rift shrank to a point of impossible brightness, and vanished. But returning required creating his own exit. Following the psychic beacon of billions of terrified humans, he pierced the veil and re-entered real space. The battle still raged. The Tyranids, now feral without the hive ship, attacked chaotically. The Surfer flew through the battlefield, drawing swarms away from failing defenses, guiding them into coordinated Imperial kill zones. But each maneuver drained him. The warp's contamination weakened the cosmic power within him. When a massive concealed Tyranid cedar ship shot toward the planet, ready to infect billions, he had nothing left but sacrifice. He poured every remaining fragment of power into his board, hurling it like a burning silver spear. It pierced the creature's core, detonating the spore chambers before they could breach the atmosphere. The explosion sent him tumbling into the void, powerless. Craven, against doctrine, ordered the alien recovered. Brought aboard the Eternal Vigilance, the Surfer stabilized but remained diminished. He explained that his board could be reformed with time and power. He also sensed something approaching through the warp, something tracking him. Moments later, alarms blared. Warp translation detected. A Grey Knight strike cruiser. The chamber militant of the Ordo Malleus, those who hunted demons, had arrived far too quickly for any communication to have reached them. They already knew. A boarding party entered the containment chamber, silver Terminator armor etched with psychic wards. Their leader, Justicar Alaric, demanded custody of the entity. The surfer agreed peacefully. As containment fields wrapped around him, he addressed Craven and Lyra one last time. Your universe stands on the edge of many storms. Remember that compassion is not weakness. He was teleported aboard the Grey Knight's vessel, into chambers of adamantium and silver wards. From an observation dome above, Brother Captain Stern and Inquisitor Lord Hector Rex watched him in silence. The prognosticators had foreseen this. An entity neither demon nor Xenos, bearing power beyond classification. A wild card in a galaxy of nightmares. Some visions saw him as a herald of greater catastrophe. Others saw him as a bulwark against coming darkness. Below them, the surfer meditated, cosmic senses expanding across a war-torn galaxy where humanity fought clawing survival against 1,000 threats. And somewhere, perhaps, a path back home. But nothing was certain. He felt something new in the warp, something following him, hunting the power he carried. And the story of the Silver Surfer in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium had only just begun.